Hi everyone and welcome. So today is my last day with Endo Empowered, and I have really enjoyed helping women around the world to share my key message, which is that you can use natural methods to effectively treat endometriosis. It has been over 10 years since I started my sharing of knowledge that has led me down this incredible journey of discovery. But I've just shared enough, and I'm tired of trying to convince people that these methods work. So today I have a parting gift for you all that really just defines everything in one research document that just proves how effective natural methods can be. And I hope that it is something you treasure, something that you really dive into to help you with your endometriosis. I suffered so many years with endometriosis, and my message has always been that there is a better way. And unfortunately, people just don't quite believe it's possible. I don't know why, but that's just how it is at the moment. So maybe you'll dive in, maybe you won't, but my hope is that you do, and that you really explore natural methods, because the body is incredible and the body can heal. All right, so let's dive in. So this is the introductory paper that I want to share with you, and I've put it on Evernote just because it allows me to highlight things. So this is an overview on the conservative management of endometriosis from a naturopathic perspective. What we're doing is we're exploring what endometriosis is and how we use the particular plant constituents to actually treat endometriosis. So what's so exciting about this is that they are plants and herbs that most of us will have access to, that have shown through this research paper to be incredibly beneficial for women with endo. So I will be sharing this paper with you, so there'll be a link below for you to see, and I'll be sharing the specific one through Evernote just because it allows you to see my highlights. So first off, they explain what endometriosis is. Now, I have got an introductory course which I made, which is all about this. So essentially, you're looking at endometriosis is initially an inflammatory condition. There is an overreaction to the cells in those dispersed cells in the body. Your immune system should just naturally clean those up, but it decides to overreact towards those cells. There is also something called angiogenesis, which is essentially more blood vessels forming, which thereby allow for the disbursement of that endometriosis. So that is the other explanation. And then apoptosis is essentially where cells die. So what we want to happen with those endometrial cells, we want them to die. We want them to disappear. And so that is what some of these constituents do. So there is a very long list here. There's an incredibly long list of all the various constituents that can help your body. You are not required to take all of them. It's by no means what I'm suggesting. However, what I want to share with you is how easy and accessible a lot of these things are. Just because they're harder to find doesn't mean that they're better. It just doesn't also mean that you need to take a lot of them. What I recommend is to see the ones that are accessible to you and to consume those on a daily, or at least every second day where you can. Incorporate them into your diet. Just be mindful of which ones they are and just naturally have them more regularly in your diet. So some of these are hard to pronounce, and they are the constituents. So just be mindful, there are constituents within plants, which means there are lots of plants that contain them. If you cannot get a particular plant, just look up the constituent and find the ones that are available where you live. So don't let that hold you back. Okay, the first one, apigenin, chamomile tea, parsley, celery, oranges, celeriac. For most of us, we can get these. Chamomile tea is actually mentioned several times in this paper, so I'd highly recommend drinking lots of chamomile tea. Very calming on the nervous system, and really something I recommend having every single night before you go to bed to help you sleep better. The next one is beta-caryophyllene. It's cloves, black pepper, cannabis, rosemary. So obviously cannabis is not something that I would recommend smoking, but you can get different forms now that have got, the non-reactive forms that you can use within the body as an oil or even suppositories. Cloves, easy to incorporate. Love cloves, warming on the body. Cloves can be used in a chai drink. For instance, you could make a cocoa, black pepper, and cloves drink with some milk, non-dairy, and you really be supporting your body. Now, what I've done is I've highlighted in here how it's beneficial for you. So in a rat model, they showed that it creates apoptosis, meaning it kills off the endometriomas and the endometrial cells. It is going to decrease the growth of the endometric foci. Sorry, my language. Endometriotic foci. So it reduces the actual endometriosis by 52.5%. Fabulous. Rosemary, very easy to incorporate. Have it with your lamb if you eat meat. Rosemary is also a wonderful tea. Just get a couple of snips, put it in some warm water and drink it. Very good for focus. And if you need to study, it's really good herb for that. Curcumin. I've gone on about curcumin a number of times. Love curcumin. It is the key constituents in turmeric. So really, really powerful. Inhibits the migration of endometrial cells. It is really an anti-inflammatory. Highly, highly recommend this one. Next, we have camellia flower, tea plant, green tea, matcha tea. So this one, EGCG, lots in green tea, even more in matcha tea. Matcha tea is basically a stronger version of green tea. It's a slightly different plant, but essentially matcha strong taste is what I'm trying to say. Very, very strong taste, very, very green taste. The only way I've successfully drank matcha tea is with a young coconut milk, which is sweet, and the combination works beautifully. But experiment for yourself. What, if you like it, if you don't, if you can't drink green tea will be, slightly got a little bit of caffeine in there. So slightly stimulant, so don't have that too late in the day, but really, really strong stuff. Okay. Then we go into the estrogenic effects. So genisteins will have some kind of estrogenic effect. There is a link with one of the other options instead of soy, which is the one most of them recommend. I recommend this particular plant here, Siberia rhizoma. There is more research on that here, so you can explore that option. There is also other plants that contain that. One of them is hibiscus. So hibiscus flower, beautiful, beautiful flower, really easy if you live in tropical countries to find. It does grow in New Zealand as well. Lovely as a syrup. So if you make it into a syrup, so you just get the flower and then distill it down and add a syrup format to that. Beautiful to have on a daily basis. So, or get it as, you can obviously buy it as a syrup as well. Then we go into luteolin and chrysin. Lots of options here. Carrots, broccoli, green peppers, chamomile tea. Again, parsley. Again, so once again, use your parsley, use your herbs. Then we've got celery again, parsley, broccoli, onion leaves, carrots, peppers, chrysanthemum flowers. So another one that you could make into a syrup. Really, really good. olive fruit extract. And this one will help you with focus, but also boost the immune system quite significantly. There's more research on that one there. Chrysin is derived from propolis, honeycomb, or honey. And you can also get it from passion flower and chamomile. Again, chamomile. There we go. What is this article telling you? Have more chamomile, right? And then we've got myricetin. So the highest volume in terms of constituent is cranberry. Then we've got dock, sweet potato leaves, Swiss chard, and sprouts. Highly recommend sprouts. If you haven't started sprouting, really recommend doing that. Highly beneficial. You're getting lots of vitamins, nutrients into your body because that plant is preparing itself to be a big plant. So you want to get, into sprouting. Also, one that I found quite cool is lotus root. So, you can get those at Asian grocers. So really cool. Something to, if you want a bit of fun and something different. And then honey, particularly the Australian eucalyptus honey, is high in this one. So then literally there's just lists and lists of things that you can do here of all these various plant and constituents. Now we also get into specific herbs. So these are herbs that you would probably go through a practitioner to get. So Dong Quai is one. Yarrow is one that I've been recommending for a number of years now, and it's shown to inhibit the development of actual adhesions, so the actual pelvic adhesions, and has a strong effect against endometriosis pain. So if you're suffering with pain, I highly recommend yarrow tea. Wormwood as well, very strong herb, very good for the liver, and if you have any kind of digestive kind of parasites or anything like that, wormwood's really good for that, but very strong taste, not nice flavor at all, so it'd be hard to drink. Then we get into the garlics. So garlic, very strong for healing the gut as well. It helps us the stopping of the spreading of the endo. I'd recommend getting the aged black garlic. So that's actually one that is fermented, so it's going to be a lot more powerful for you. Astragalus is another herb and really helps with suppression of the estrogen-dependent version of endometrial cells. There's curcumin again. Self-heal, this is a flower actually that grows in the wild. It really is a weed. So once you recognize what it is, you can easily find that. And yeah, it's incredible that it can do all these things. So it actually helps with the reduction of the adhesion molecules, so actually reducing those in the body. And then there's some that I didn't recognize, so feel free to explore some of these. A lot of these look like they're Chinese medicine treatments. So, you could go to a practitioner and explore those. And for instance, this one, nutgrass, I hadn't heard of before. Acai berries is one that, that has become popular of note. So that would be one to have as part of your breakfast, perhaps. Pycnono gel, I've been using that for years as well. It does work as an oral contraceptive, and it helps with the chronic pain. So you've got chronic pain is reduced with that one, so highly recommend that one as well. And then you've got some Chinese medicine treatments here. One that I've been using for years is nettle root. Nettle leaves are really strong because they're very high in iron, which is often low. If you have, it's very likely that you have iron deficiency with endometriosis. So nettle is your best friend, but they're using nettle roots here specifically. And then you've got ginger as well, which is very warming on the body and highly beneficial, especially if you have digestive issues alongside things. So that is the conclusion of this amazing article. It's basically saying it's low cost, it has low side effects, increased bioavailability, and this basically shows that naturopathic medicine can be really beneficial for your body. So I really hope that this helps you. I really hope that you explore this article on your own. You dive into some of these constituents, you find them in your country, you find them in your foods that you're eating, and you find ways to enjoy them, because it's just so incredible to me that this article has come out, and a lot of the things that I've been saying for many, many years has now been shown in this article. So yeah. So thank you for following me all these years. Thank you for supporting my work, and hopefully you have gained some benefits from what I've shared with you. Hopefully you have improved your symptoms in some way. I may return, I may not, but I just need to restore my own energy and look after myself. And I have given so much of my time and so much financial input into making Endo Empowered better and better. And it just hasn't sort of taken off the way that I was hoping. So I, need to accept that, and I need to conserve my own self and not feel down about that, and accept that it is what it is, and maybe in 10 years or 20 years things may be different, but for now I need to just take a break from it all. So thanks again, and really appreciate you being here, and I wish you absolutely all the best. All right, bye.